Hunting in the Company of Dogs. William Hovey Smith, 2025. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And we are once again hunting in our newly built deer blind. And since many of you last saw it, it now has carpet from the shooting shelf here, as well as on the floor, to deaden noise somewhat. This episode is hunting in the company of dogs. I'm presently hunting with a Sire and Son drilling, which has two 16-gauge shotgun tubes on top and an 8x57 JR rifle cartridge underneath. So I can literally take anything that creeps, crawls, runs, or flies with this gun, and have done so. Presently, my objective is to take deer with both the rifle slug in 16 gauge as well as the rifle cartridge itself. Now, I have used dogs to find my deer on many occasions. And here you see Hera after she has successfully found a deer. And we have taken deer with many muzzle-loading guns, including muskets, more modern-looking rifles, but this is still a muzzleloader, revolvers, some outrageous and some ordinary, even a blunderbuss. Now, my hunting has been interrupted this year because of Hurricane Helene, and here is a crew putting a roof on my house. I've also been trying to prosper my screenplay writing a little bit, and this is my present screenplay. I'm the author of 20 books. These include business titles and outdoor titles. I'm promoting those. And most recently, I have an audio book, Make Your Own Job Anytime, Any Place, at Any Age, which is particularly valuable at the present moment. And you can find all of these on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and any other online source. My dogs were unable to be put up this morning when I left. Consequently, after a couple of hours, they found me in my blind and are in here with me right now. Well, what to do? You can shut down and take them back and then come back and not waste a lot of time. You can put them in the blind. After all, these are dogs. They sometimes hunt from blinds and teach them a little bit about blind manners. Or you can just give the whole thing up and go home. Well, we're doing a little of all of that. And right now, hound dogs are lying on the floor of the blind and, well, sleep, not quite, but they are there. I just fed them some of their favorite cookies, and so they seem to be placated for a little bit. These are older dogs. Even so, they like attention. They want to be petted and rubbed and such things. And also in this particular blind, with its metal sides, the dog tail's beating against the side of the blind like a drum. So that's no help. So, what has been my past experiences with dogs in the blind? With trained duck dogs in duck blinds, very good. Particularly as I was usually hunting with professional guides, and their dogs were very, very well trained indeed. I never have personally had enough duck hunting available to me to actually train a dog. I've had some in boats, I've had some retrieve my ducks, but to say they were trained as duck dogs, no, they weren't. They would and did, and sometimes were successful, some more than others. But we just never had enough hunting and practice to keep them in training. Now, there was a case of Persephone. Some of you have heard this tale before. I was hunting, and she tracked me down and found me in the deer blind. Well, actually, I was married at the time, and my wife was in the house, and she and she was in the house, and she let Persephone out. Well, Persephone did her favorite thing and found me. And I was up at aluminum ladder stand at the time. And so she looked up there, I found you, didn't I? And then lay down there at the bottom of the stand. Well, in a bit, up came this deer. And it was very surprised at whatever it saw down at the bottom of that stand. It was curious. It wanted to know what that black thing was. They first approached and sort of sniffed and then backed up and started maybe run and then turned around and came back. Because all these previous movements, I didn't really have a shot, but I could see it through the various of the pines. And finally, it approached close enough where I could see it and did have a good shot and shot the deer. Well, we killed the deer, and it went down, and of course, poor Persephone, my black lab, got completely unwound at this. And this deer was flailing its last, and the dog was right on top of it. And claimed it as her deer, rather. And so that was one case where my dog deer hunting did middling well. Another case, I had wounded a deer, and it wound up in a pond. Same dog, Persephone. She knew she was supposed to retrieve things out of ponds, so she tried to retrieve that deer. Well, she wasn't successful at it, but she tried. And so later I had to go down and put a boat back in that pond, which I just removed the day before. Go down, get the deer. But we found it, and we got it, and we found that, yes, indeed, that was the deer I had wounded. And now, doggies are, yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, I am. Yes, you know when you've been talked about. You do. You want to say hello to people? Hmm? Not especially, I don't think. All right. Doggy number 2. Now with a little feed in her, peacefully laying down. No. You want to say something now? Hmm? Hmm? All right. Well, if you're going to have a dog in a blind, at least have a decent sized blind. And this, well, this does for that. With just me in it, yeah, it could hold 2 good sized dogs. Not that that is recommended practice. Well, we're going to hang out here for a little while and see what happens. Yes, we are. This concluded my 8th hunt in 4 blinds with the drilling. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless.